Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about tangent and chord. What is a tangent to a circle? We can see that the orange line, that is a tangent. To describe that, we have said that it is a straight line that intersect the circle at only one point. So here is a point that the tangent intersects the circle. So what is the property of that? The property is that the tangent to a circle is perpendicular to the radius, to the radius of the circle. At the point of intersection. So you need to remember that tangent is perpendicular to the radius of the circle at the point of intersection. The second thing we need to know is chord. It is a line segment. That joins 2 points on the circle. So we see that this orange one is a chord. So what's the property of that? That is the perpendicular bisector of the chord. Here is a perpendicular bisector. So perpendicular bisector of a chord will go through the center of the circle. So we see that the perpendicular of the chord is this line and pass through the center. You need to remember the property of perpendicular bisector, that is half the chord and it's perpendicular to the chord. To remember this one. Now let's move on to see the exercise. So for the first question, the circle C has the equation x squared plus 14x plus y squared minus 6y plus 18 equals to 0. To verify that the point A minus 5 minus 3 lays on C, which means if you substitute the x coordinate and the y coordinate of A into the equation C, the right hand side equals to 0. So we do that. Substitute A minus 5 minus 3 into the equation. We have minus 5 squared plus 14 times minus 5 plus minus 3 squared minus 6 times minus 3 plus 18 what we have 25 minus 70 plus 9 plus 18 plus 18 equals to 0. So that equals to the right hand side of the equation of a circle. So it shows that A less on C. Now let's see the part B question. So it asks you to find an equation for the tangent to C at the point A and give your answer in the form y equals to mx plus b. For the tangent, look at here. What do we know? We know the line intersects the point and it's perpendicular to the radius. The question said that the equation, the tangent one, meets the point A. So we know the point of intersection. To find the equation of the straight line, you need to know whether 2 points or you can have 1 point and its gradient. We know the tangent intersects the circle at point A, so we know there is point A, but we don't know the gradient. So we need to find the gradient of the tangent. Let's say we need to have, let me change the color. We need to have the gradient of the tangent. So how do we know that? You find that the tangent is perpendicular to the radius. So we need to find the gradient of the radius line. That is the segment, the line segment of the center and point A. Since A is on the circle. But we don't know the coordinates of the center. So what we need to do, we need to find the coordinates of the center. Thus, we have the whole process we need to do to solve this question. So firstly, we need to find the coordinates of the center, and then to find the gradient of the radius, that's the line segment of center and A. In this case, we can find the gradient of the tangent so that we can find the equation of the line. Now let's do it. So for first step, that is the center of the circle, C. Maybe I change another color. Maybe the red one. Yeah, the red one. So we know the equation of the circle is x squared plus 14x plus y squared minus 6y plus 18 equals to 0. It's easy to find the radius and the center in the form x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals to r squared. So we need to transform it into another form. This we have x squared plus 14x plus y squared minus 6y plus 18 equals to 0. So we do the completing the square. We have x squared plus 14x plus 7 squared minus 7 squared plus y squared minus 6y plus 3 squared minus 3 squared plus 18 equals to 0. And we rearrange that. We have x plus 7 squared minus 49 plus y minus 3 squared plus, that is minus 9 plus 18 equals to 0. We have x plus 7 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals to, so all the constant to be on the right hand side, that is 40. This we have the answer. The center of the circle C is minus 7, 3. So the second step we need to do is to find the gradient of the line segment center and A. That is to find the gradient of the line between minus 7, 3 and A, that is minus 5, minus 3. So use the equation m equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We have minus 3 over minus 5 plus 7 equals to minus 6 over 2 equals to minus 3. So we have the gradient of the line between the center and the point A. Next, what we need to do, we need to find the gradient of the tangent. And remember that it's perpendicular to the line segment. So the product of the perpendicular lines equals to minus 1. We can write that the gradient of the tangent is minus 1 divided by minus 3, that equals to 1 over 3. Now we know the gradient of the tangent. We also know the point A is on the tangent. So we can write the equation of the tangent. So the final step, find the equation of the tangent. We have the form that is y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. So we substitute the values, that is y minus minus 3 equals to 1 over 3, x minus minus 5. That equals to y plus 3 equals to 1 over 3 x plus 5. Since the question asks you to write in the form y equals to mx plus b, so we need to rearrange that. We have y equals to 1 over 3x plus 5 over 3 minus 3. So we left y equals to 1 over 3x minus 4 over 3. So that is the answer of the part A question. Here is what you need to think before solving the part B question. Then you know what you should do from the beginning. Now let's see the third question, part C. It asks you to find the coordinates of B, the point of intersection of the tangent and the y-axis. So point B is the intersection of the tangent and the y-axis. which means x equals to 0. So y equals to, you need to substitute x equals to 0 into the equation of tangent, that is 1 over 3 times 0 minus 4 over 3 equals to minus 4 over 3. So B is a point at 0 minus 4 over 3. That is the answer. To do the question about the circle and the tangent, you can have a sketch if you think it's more useful and clear. Or maybe you can do like that to write down the whole process you need to do. And then you can solve the question step by step. Now let's move on to see the second question. So here is the circle C, has the equation x squared minus 4x plus y squared minus 2y equals to 3. And the line L with equation x minus 5y plus 11 equals to 0 intersect the circle at the point P and Q. So question A asks you to find the coordinates of point P and the point Q, which means you need to substitute, you have the simultaneous equation that you need to substitute the equation of the line into the equation of the circle. So part A, we have x minus 5y plus 11 equals to 0, and x squared minus 4x plus y squared minus 2y equals to 3. Here's equation 1, here's equation 2. From equation 1, we can have x equals to 5y minus 11, and then substitute it into the equation 2. We have 5y minus 11 squared minus 4 times 5y minus 11 plus y squared minus 2y equals to 3. Expand that, we have 25y squared minus 110 plus 121 minus 20y plus 44 plus y squared minus 2y minus 3 equals to 0. We have 26y squared minus 132y plus 162 equals to 0. We can divide it by 2 on the both hand side. We left 13y squared minus 66y plus 81 equals to 0. And then we can use the x equals to minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a to solve that. We have 66 plus minus square root of 66 squared minus 4 times 13 times 81 over 2 times 13. That equals to 66 plus minus 12 over 26. In here, you can use the calculator. So, sorry, not the x, should be y. Sorry for that. So we have the first solution, that is y equals to 66 plus 12 over 26 equals to 3. So that x equals to 5 times 3 minus 11 equals to 4. And the second solution is that y equals to 66 minus 12 over 26 equal to 2. So x equals to 5 times 2 minus 11 equals to minus 1. Then we have 2 points. That is 4, 3 and minus 1, 2. So P, Q are the points. Four, 3 and minus 1, 2. So we have done the part A question. Now, let's see the part B question. It asks you to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the chord PQ. So in the previous question, I just listed the whole process. In here, I will show how to use the graph to solve this question. We can sketch a graph. So there is a circle, probably here. there's a circle. And we know that PQ as a point lay on the circle. We have that maybe Q, maybe P over, let me see, 4, 3. Let me say Q is 4, 3. So here's Q and here is P. And we draw that PQ on here. So we say that this line is L. Since the question said that the line L with the equation of that intersects the circle at the point PQ. So that is a line L. And maybe here is the origin. No, not the origin, sorry. That is, let me change another thing, maybe to be point A. That is the center of the circle. Now the perpendicular bisector of the chord PQ. PQ is a chord. So here's chord. Is half the PQ and perpendicular to it. So this is a perpendicular bisector. Now the question asks you to find the perpendicular bisector, the equation of that. So let's see if we want to find the equation of the straight line. We know that the perpendicular bisector crosses the center. So we have one point, but there is another point we don't know. What we can do, we can use another way, that is use the center and the gradient. Or maybe you can find the midpoint of the PQ to have the second point to do that. In here, I will use the center and the gradient method. Then we can do is to find the gradient of the perpendicular bisector, but we don't know that. Remember that perpendicular bisector is perpendicular to the chord, so we can find the gradient of the chord PQ. Right? Well, we also don't know the center of this circle, so we also need to find the center of the circle. So from the beginning, that is from the step 4 to the step 1 upwards. This is the whole process. Now let's do it. Maybe let me write, here is 1, here's 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1 to the 4. So first thing we need to do is to find the center of the circle. So we write that the equation of the circle that is x squared minus 4x plus y squared minus 2y equals to 3. So we write down that x squared minus 4x plus y squared minus 2y equals to 3. What we have x squared minus 4x plus 2 squared minus 2 squared to do the completing square plus y squared minus 2y plus 1 minus 1 equals to 3. And we rearrange that, we have x minus 2 squared minus 4 plus 1 minus 1 squared minus 1 equals to 3. So we have x minus 2 squared plus 1 minus 1 squared equals to 8. Then so we can get that the center of the circle is 2, 1. Now let's do the second step, that is to find the gradient of the chord PQ. We know that the line of the chord PQ is L, and we know that the line is x minus 5y plus 11 equals to 0. Let me show another way to find the gradient, that is to write in the form y equals to mx plus c. So what we have y equals to 1 over 5x plus 11 over 5, which means the gradient is 1 over 5. Now we can get the gradient of the perpendicular bisector, since the product of the perpendicular lines is minus 1. So that is to find gradient of perpendicular bisector. Is minus 1 divided by 1 over 5, that equals to minus 5. So the last thing we need to do is to write the equation of the straight line. We know the center, we know the gradient, so we can have that. We use the form y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. So the point in the center, we have that y minus, center is 2, 1, so that is minus 1. The gradient is minus 5 times x minus 2. So what we have? We have y equals to minus 5x. Here is plus 10, and move the 1 over here, that is plus 11. That is the solution. So in here, you use a graph to see the relationship between the lines and the circle, and then you can write the process you need to do to solve this question. If you think the graph is useful, you can do that. If you don't want to draw the graph, it's also okay. But you need to remember what you need to do to solve the question. So in this lesson, we learned the property of the tangent and the chord and how to use them to solve the questions. Here's all things you need to know. You can pause the video at any time and make some notes. Thank you for watching.